I'm going to try to get through as fast as possible so you can't interrupt me.
I can interrupt anytime, buddy. You talk a lot.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that there's going to be some builds out there with this card that top regional style events. Yeah, this is very cool. Who put you in charge of this?
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Team True Podcast, a Grand Archive TCG podcast. I am Isaac. Joining with me is Hyped Caben. Caben, what's your question for me today?
Oh, I forgot to prepare one. If you had to be a snake, what kind of snake would you be?
What kind of snake? I know I don't know, a total of 4 snakes.
I think there's an easy answer here.
There's a python, there's a rattler snake, there's a garden snake, yellow belly riddler. I don't think that's actually a thing myself.
I was gonna say, if that's a real snake, that's impressive.
I
think you just pick some sort of river snake, right? Because then you could be on land and in water.
Can a python swim? I feel like they can, right?
I don't know. I don't know how many snakes actually can go in water.
Yes, python can.
Oh.
That's crazy. So yeah, python.
That's terrifying. Yeah. I don't like that at all.
So do you want like an 8-foot snake swimming through the water?
No, I don't. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to go in water again.
Some like 6'4"
never gonna shower
snake swimming through the water. I should learn how to like swim like this way, like back and forth.
I feel very good about today's rules, by the way. I'm putting that out there.
Well,
I think today's the day we break the streak.
Well, shall we start breaking the streak with you?
Yeah. All right.
Uncommon.
I felt better about your role specifically.
Stalwart Shield Mate.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know which art that one is actually, but
yeah,
I have no clue what that art is actually. That's not the normal one.
No, is that the stamped promo one?
No, I don't think so either.
Right?
I guess it must be, but I never looked.
The face on that is just like small, so like I don't know if I necessarily know it well, but all right, I did feel good about yours specifically,
right, sure.
So we're seeing here.
Nice. Alka. That's kind of funny.
Kind of good. You love that card.
Pretty good one. All right. Well, let's keep on Trusty Steve. That's all right. Yeah. So this past weekend we did go back.
We finally have Isaac's 4th event for the season.
Yeah.
People we were at the regionals this past weekend, and someone was like, "Well, you're like top 100, right?" I was like, "No, dude, I'm like 250th. Yeah. I only had 4 events for the whole season, and we're approaching the end of the season."
Yeah.
We just unfortunately don't really get to do many regionals and store champs and stuff. So and locals we just get busy for. I'm so sorry, AFK locals.
Yeah, I sent London the regional we just did. And 2 locals.
Yeah.
That seems like a big local. I guess
You must have just got like first place or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm plat now, at least.
It's wild, like how much we barely hit those ranks. It is literally just our fault. There's nothing wrong with the Omnidex system. It's literally just our fault for not playing in more events. But it is just funny that we're like barely getting there.
I know.
But yeah, so we went to a regionals, which was really fun. So this past weekend there was the online NA TCG League regionals that we hosted, but fortunately we had some lovely staff that took care of it for us. So big shout out to everyone involved in our online regionals. Y'all make it a dream to work with you. And we were able to do a little bit of work on the morning on the car ride down to the regionals that we went to. We were, helping get the online regionals set up. But we were able to just let them do their own thing, and we got to play in an event, which was really great because it was only like a 2-hour drive. Yeah. So that was fantastic. And we got to play in Fort Wayne's first ever regionals, hosted at, I forget the name of the shop, but it was a nice place. Huge shop. There was a Walmart right next by.
I don't know. I'm trying to guess. It's probably on here, isn't it? Round Table.
Round Table sounds right.
Games and Cafe.
Round Table Games, yeah. So there's a Walmart nearby, a bunch of food options nearby. There was a cafe attached with like crazy cheap prices. So like food was insanely easy, which is not always the case for tournaments. So that was like a really, really nice thing. There was a super friendly doggo at the store. Big fan of that. So cute, so friendly.
Should I put a picture of it on screen?
Yeah.
It's like right here.
But yeah, that was cute. Great store, good open store. A bunch of singles and sealed products.
Yes.
Like an actual big GA binder that had cards that you might need for your deck. Like that was I mean, not many stores do that for GA. Like some stores obviously carry GA sealed product, but singles is pretty hard to find. I know some people had traveled to the regionals and like heard that they had singles there and like got super excited, and apparently they bought like a ton of singles and like kind of wiped the binder out, but they'll replenish it. And it was just like really cool. It felt like a very good experience. Expectations were exceeded for sure. And Rex from Chess Club ended up hosting, or TOing, I should say, the event. And that went very smooth. It didn't seem like, any crazy bad judge calls or like long times in between rounds, nothing like that. So event seemed to go really smooth. Pricing was really great. They ended up doing a cash pricing, or store credit or cash pricing for top 4. So that was awesome as well. And just overall good experience from the event. Very happy with it. And looking forward to hopefully the next one. We'll definitely be going down, and I'd recommend if you can make it to the Fort Wayne Regionals, 2 thumbs up.
Yeah. It was a really good event. It's been a long time since I've been to a regional. So and probably even longer, because I think in total, I wonder how many regionals I've actually played in total, because it's not very high.
5? Maybe.
And one of them I definitely played a meme deck, and so like it's been a long time, and that was like the last one I did was a meme deck, and I did not top 8. And so it's been a long time since I've gotten a top 8 regional invite card. So we did it, I guess. I mean, I got to play Fire Aetherwing.
Did you get that Osh smoke bombs?
Not yet.
Darn.
It's still available, I think. Okay. So we'll see if I buy one, because I might make poor decisions and buy one. That's kind of the reason why I didn't. They don't want to go as low as this is off topic. They don't want to go as low as that, but
it is low for a smoke.
They gave a fair price back, and I was like, literally, just wait, because you might get a better deal. And I'm only like half looking, so don't worry about it.
We did on the car ride back decide that we are going to attempt the full Nats circuit again. So True Champion Gaming is going to be making a dedicated Nats and Worlds run.
That includes me
this year again. Yes, I think most people knew that I was going to do it, kind of no matter what. I got him, guys. We got him. We got him. I'm so excited.
I will be at the Nationals alongside Caven.
Yes.
There's nothing more to say about that. I am excited to play RDO.
Yes. But we do need some more invite cards now, because I loaned out some, or promised to loan out some invite cards, because I wasn't sure if you I thought that you were going to be casting this Nat season. I didn't think that you'd be going for another like super competitive run. So I was like, we don't need this many. Promised some to loan out. Now we gotta get some back. So if you have cheap invite cards for sale, DM me. But
ones we can just borrow and turn
fortunately, EU should be pretty easy. You don't need that many points for that one.
No,
so
it's 8 total.
Yeah, I think Osh is probably going to be the one that we need a couple new cards for. Anyways, getting very off topic. Really excited to be doing a Nats run with you. I think it's going to be super fun. We have some exciting things planned, like a early testing stream. So close to RDO's release, we're just going to do like a 4 to 8 hour live stream. I don't know how long it'll be. Maybe we'll do like I don't know. I don't know how long that'll be, but maybe we'll do like
opening then playing, opening then testing.
Opening and then playing might be fun. Yeah.
Let's do that.
We could do what are those like subathon things where people like keep subbing to like I'm not trying to like make a bunch of money off this or something, but like goals. We can put like some very very moderate goals on there, like a $10 sub gets another hour of stream or something like that. And there's no limit, boys. We can go 72 hours straight now. Absolutely not. I think our cap will probably be 8 hours.
People will be like, okay, I'll just donate. Like all you need is like 3 people from the community who are just like, they're going for the next 5 days. Like,
Jun would show up and donate $240 and just be like, I'm gonna enjoy this 24-hour stream. Thanks, y'all. We'll probably have like an AR cap or something like that. But we could do like you get to pick what decks we build and test or something like that. I think that could just be like a fun way to do it. and with like really low denominations. I'm not trying to get like $50 subs and stuff, just like $5, $10 subs and stuff. Just like make it kind of fun. And support the stream a little bit, right? And then that'll be a fun idea. We'll probably do that live on YouTube, and then maybe like future ones might be more of a Patreon exclusive thing. Once we get like a little bit more serious and like into the format, we'll see. We'll see if we have the time for it.
Yeah,
we are trying to pre-record a bunch of content for Patreon. And that way we can give y'all some like really good content during the RDO season, because we will be very busy with testing, and so we don't want to have the content lack. Like it honestly kind of has before. So, and frankly, it probably will be still a little bit less than other seasons, but we'll try to get it out there for y'all and make sure that both YouTube and Patreon has a lot of content, and especially after Worlds, Isaac's basically going to retire from competitive play, so
I can't survive longer than this.
Yeah. So we'll have a pretty heavy content focus after Worlds as well, but still should be doing a lot of good content during RDO season. It's going to be a really exciting season. We'll make the time for some great content. I'm really looking forward to it. I think the testing stream is going to be like really fun, so we'll try to schedule that on YouTube so y'all can be aware of when it is and plan to watch accordingly. So and like Main Deck Dan's going to do his 24-hour stream for RDO release, so that's awesome. There's going to be just so much content during the RDO season, so it's going to be a great time.
Kind of going off of that, we have the official alpha of Sandbox now. So
I have not even downloaded it yet.
I have not either. I know there's going to be an update, like a major update to do some bug fixes.
Yeah.
So as soon as that happens, I'll probably hop on and mess around with it and really dive into it. And we'll be making a video on it of some sort. So which will probably have some gameplay as well in it. So
we went to the regionals the day after the Sandbox went live, so we didn't really have time to do it then. And then I've been moving. I'm like literally in the middle of a move right now. I drove from unloading boxes to get here and record some content. So the regionals run real quick. I brought Fractals.
A lot of people, several people brought Fractals. There's a couple of Fractals players. Pretty cool.
2 Fractals and 3 Aether Wing.
Water Aether Wings.
3 Water Aether Wing, 2 Fractals, 1 CL, 1 Wind Slimes. Oh, Wind Slimes made it.
Wind
awesome.
Slimes made it,
I beat him in the 5th round. I was worried that he wouldn't make it.
You could play the new Wind Horse.
That is true,
Kind of cool.
Congrats, Tang. Awesome to see. And then a Fire Aetherwing Diana, which was piloted by yours truly.
I could play, if he plays the new Windhorse, I could play the Fire Horse. What's the
Flash Fire Horse?
Yeah, Flash Fire Horse. You could play Aqua Stallion in yours. We all have horses.
I don't know why we're doing this, but
well,
we could maybe play all of them.
I thought we could
in
play
Fractals.
All of them.
Anyways, or in any deck. So I got a 2nd place finish. Isaac got a 6th place finish. It was definitely a interesting tournament. So it was a 33-player event, and whoops. In round one, nothing. In round one, I got the bye, which was crazy. Oh, a lot of people were like kind of upset about that, I think.
Fair enough.
Which was funny, but I was really glad about it because we were starving. So I went and got Qdoba, not sponsored, but we just love Qdoba, and got to eat that and fuel up for
a Qdoba.
Dude, a Qdoba sponsorship. I will do anything for a Qdoba sponsorship. Okay, Qdoba, please reach out. If one of our viewers somehow has some actual connection to Qdoba, we got to make this happen. Qdoba is the top tier of all burrito chains. There is no good opinion outside of that.
This is going to be a
you know what? There is no war. The war is done.
We're disabling comments on this video.
Chipotle sucks. No, Qdoba is the best though.
Yeah.
Man, what was I saying? Oh, so I got around
the horses real quick.
Yeah.
I had a question about that.
Yeah.
What if we did play them all?
You could play them all. Yes.
Was that smooth? That was so smooth.
Yeah,
guys.
so smooth.
Legendary Saddle.
Yes.
This is our spoiler, by the way.
You're like halfway talking about the regionals run.
This is one of our spoilers. Legendary Saddle. Oh, sorry, did you want to continue what you're talking about the region?
Sure, I'll keep it brief. Isaac lost round 1, right? Or no, you won round 1, and then we...
For the rest of the game, ignore the elemental requirements of non-advanced element horse cards you activate. This is a 0 cost Norma Gallia item. Tamer accessory on enter for the rest of the game.
No class
Ignore
bonus.
the no class bonus element requirements of non-advanced element horses you control. So Lineage Break had a potion that was similar, but they had to pay 3 to do theirs.
Nerds.
Ours doesn't. And also still, and that's for the rest. So even if this gets blown up, it just says the rest of the game, so you don't even have to do anything. You bring out, they can't do anything about it.
I don't think we have a way currently to stop an unenter from a Regalia either. So this is currently uninteractable.
And then you can banish this and draw a card in your memory, and you can only activate this only if you have 3 or more horse allies.
And you don't even need to pay 3 like you would for like a backup charger or something. So very interesting.
Sorry, the regional. Do you want to continue?
This is the bit, isn't it? This is the bit. Isaac wouldn't tell me what we were doing this podcast. He said, just do your thing. I just want you to talk about the regionals. This is the bit. You're awful.
Yeah, continue, please.
So we went in round 3-1-1 each, and we were worried about. I'm going to try to get through as fast as possible, so you can't interrupt me.
I can interrupt anytime, buddy. You talk a lot.
Yeah, that's fair. So we went into round 2. I lost, and he lost as well. We're going into round 3 still. So like round 2, we could have already paired up against each other. Keep in mind, this is a 33-person event, very small event.
6 rounds.
So every round, because even the first round we could have technically paired up against each other. Every single round throughout the whole event, we were in the same bracket. Yeah. So that was terrifying to be in the same bracket with the one person that you went to in a tournament in a 33-person event. So we were really nervous about that. But long story short, it worked really well. We dodged each other until literally the last round, which was the ID and in round. So that went pretty much perfectly, and was just a nice, clean regionals for us.
Yeah, really good. Rex brought his
jumbo gins,
jumbo gins,
jumbo gins,
which is pretty cool. It's also pretty.
It sounds like a burger joint or something. Jumbo gins,
gyms,
yeah, gyms would be better.
Yeah,
jumbo gyms.
Yeah, it probably have high taxation, though.
Yeah,
because of the new Exia card. Hemorrhage Intimidation, which is a 1-cost Exia action warrior skill. Activate this card only during your opponent's recollection phase. Draw a card in memory, class bonus, which is warrior. The next card your opponent activates this turn costs 1 more to activate for every 8 damage counters on your champion.
Super cool.
Pretty cool. So it's like a Zoo Chain.
This is doing a lot. So we got these spoilers a bit ago, and I've been like really thinking about this card, and I think this card is pretty good. I actually think all 3 of our cards are really good in their respective ways. I love that the horse one just like can't really be answered, and it has no class bonus, so you can do it like right away. So you can put these elements into your, you can put this Dailu into your water deck and just like have it right away. Now the awkward thing is like with specifically Dayu and Zhuyang and Red Hair, you have to have like the other requirements too. So, but it's nice that you can like not brick right away, right? Yeah. Anyways, with this card, this is kind of doing everything you want, I think, because Jin does get better the longer the game goes. It just inherently probably means that you're at a higher damage cap. You have drawn more cards with your Berserker plate and stuff, and you just have more influence to do like this kind of like really huge combo turn that's pretty hard to stop, fairly hard to stop. And so this is like kind of doing everything you want, because you can 1-cost draw a card in your memory is already really good. Like there's like such a cheap cycle, which is really, really nice, especially to just like find those combo pieces that you need, because Jin is a little bit of a combo deck, right? And so just like the cheap cycle is already a really nice part about this card, but every 8 damage counters means that you're probably taxing your opponent about 2 to 3 most often. I think 2 is going to be like the most common number with this, which is why you reference Zhu Cheng. But it's pretty neat to be able to do this for a very, very low tempo cost yourself. Paying 1 is not much at all. And then probably taxing your opponent for more than that, right? And so like you are exchanging tempo literally while filtering through your deck. And so that's a really, really cool interesting card to me. And especially, if you do tax your opponent for more than 2, now you're talking about a huge tempo swing, right? Like, it is possible to be at 32 damage and not die in Jin. And so you could pass, go to your opponent's turn, and be like, you're paying 4 for your next card, right? Like, that's pretty crazy. So it is definitely an interesting card. There is, like, a weird thing about this card, though, where, like, in Jin, you do kind of want your opponent to, like, put down a lot of cards during their turn, so they have less to interact with on your combo turn. And so it is a little awkward to, like, do this, and then your opponent just passes, and now you're like, oh, well, like, but that can be solved by cards like Regal Inquisition and such, so.
I will say one thing I think about this card, but it is also kind of like there's 2 sides to this coin, I guess, is that I feel like XCL already has like a lot of XCL cards they want to run, and you're already running like a high count. But now with the new Angel synergies, it might not matter that much. Like you're like, okay, well, I'll just run these 20, 24 Angels, and the rest is all XCL.
Right, and then at that point, this filter becomes amazing because now you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to tax my opponent and draw an advanced element card that I want, right? Like, or like a DG, I guess, technically, or something, but still, like.
Yeah, the 2, things costing 2 more. I mean, we've seen plenty of decks that kind of basically turbo the 3, and within the next like 1 or 2 turns they have lethal. But it's because they just need the influence to do so. So taxing 2 is pretty crucial.
Yeah, and like with the flagrant guide that we've seen, right? Like if you flagrant guide up to level 3, you're probably not gonna have a huge influence after that, right? Because that's just how the game will probably work. But then you probably could hemorrhaging intimidation after you do flagrant guide. So like you said, like, we might both be sitting here turboing to 3 or whatever, but I get to mine first, and then I go, now you're taxed. Even your DG is taxed. If I got to mine first, I can go, oh, hey, now your DG costs 2 more. And like, we all know that's pretty annoying.
The guide definitely helps out with all of this in trying to
it gets your damage up much faster so that you're able to use this effect and tax your opponent, but also stop your opponent from doing a ton of damage to you too fast, because the flagrant guide is hurting you a lot. You don't want to go, you don't want to fly too close to the sun, right? So no, I think that this card pairs really well with some of the other spoilers that we've seen for Jin, and puts Jin in a really interesting place.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It's really cool. Throughout the weekend, like we were talking about earlier, was the online regional.
Yes.
Some pretty cool lists. We actually finally had a Crux Merlin win, like top and win. It's been a while. Actually, we had a couple Merlins top the event, top 16.
I legitimately can't remember the last time a Merlin won a big event. Like, I'm sure there is something that we're like forgetting. But it's been a hot minute, I think.
Yeah. This is, if you look at this top 16, by the way,
it's so varied.
It's wild.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You like. This is, I think, a really good representation of the Ascent LA meta, right? Like, I think Siryu and Water Aetherwing are kind of like the notable decks of the format. I don't want to say BDIFs. I don't want to say like the big bullies, like the pillars or whatever. Like, I don't want to use any of that terminology. I just want to say notable decks, because I think that those are very popular and they are like shaping the format a little bit. But I honestly think you like just bring anything, like literally anything, and you'll be fine.
We had a Merlin go 6-0, Genbu, Ciel, Tristan, Water Diana, Aetherwing Diana, Water Genbu, Wind Byakko at 7th place.
Is there not even a single Fractals? There's not even a single Fractals.
Yeah,
that's
there wasn't
crazy.
a single Fractal. I was reading the Once Loved like a little recap of like the decks that topped in the end, not a single Fractal list.
So I watched Main Deck's podcast recently, the one where they did the tier list, and they put Fractals in tier 2. And I was like a little offended by that. I was like, come on, guys. They gave good reasoning, and their tier list was very much based off of popularity of the deck as well. And so I was like, okay, that's actually really fair.
The 24th place.
24th was the highest Fractals.
3-2-2.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
But yeah, even Water left some Xanders in here. Dao Chan. There's a Siryu fight. Like Siryu wasn't until 11th place. Like
wow. Yeah.
Water Aetherwing. Another Fire Merlin.
Yeah, I will say out of the 2, Water Aetherwing is the only one that I would consider calling, maybe best deck in format or the pillar or something. I'm not ready to put Siryu on that stand, but Water Aetherwing is good. Yeah, that's a good deck.
It is gotten refined and refined more, and people refine their play of it. I think is more important. And so it started to. solidify itself.
It's tricky too because right now we have 3 popular water decks.
Yeah.
The most 3 popular water decks, I should say, which are Genbu, which does not play Looking Glass. So if you are on your turn 1s and each player is flipping over their spirit and you see a Spirit of Water, good shot it's a Genbu. But if you see a Looking Glass, it could be Dao Chen or it could be Fractals or Water Aethering.
Yeah.
Which statistically you should assume Water Aethering. To be honest.
Yeah.
And then, but like the play style between those decks is so different. Like in round 2 of the regionals, I had this happen. I was a Water Spirit and they were a Water Spirit. I showed a Looking Glass. They showed a Looking Glass, and I had to sit there in my opening hand. I had kind of a dead hand, and I really just needed to see new cards. And so I played a Fractal Refreshment and I put a Song of Frost on the bottom.
Yeah.
And like I was aware, I was like, there's a good chance, there's a more likely chance that he's on Diana than Fractals, but I have to see some new cards. Yeah. And I just wasn't 100% certain. And so I had to bottom deck that, and that definitely sucked. Because sure enough, they were on Diana. But like that's like another like tricky part about it too right now is like Diana gets that added bonus of like you don't even know exactly what they're playing right away. Yeah. Whereas like if someone flips over normal Spirit of Wind, like kind of same thing. It might be Tristan or Siryu, but I don't know. I feel like that doesn't impact as much, right? Like the early game decisions before you figure out what they're on are a little less varied between like the difference of like Aetherwing and Fractals, right? I don't know.
Yeah. Cool event. I mean, again, thanks to everyone that is part of the NA League team to put that on for everyone and get that going. And
if you want to watch the live stream, it is on our YouTube channel. You can go to the live section, and there should be the recording there to view. There was some really interesting stuff. I watched a bit of the live stream while we were at the regionals during my off rounds and in between rounds and stuff. And very cool chessman game in round 1. I liked watching that. Great casters. So big shout out. Yeah,
good event. But this is a spoiler podcast a little bit.
Yes.
Because we finally get to talk about the spoilers. Spoiler season started last week. We weren't able to talk about it because we pre-record a couple days in advance. And so since then, a lot of creators have come out with their spoilers, which is really cool. All right, we found them. Thank you to Merlin's Marketplace for posting them on Twitter as they come along. So we got to see the first avatar. I'm assuming there's others here because this is the one for Suzaku.
Yeah.
So I'm going to assume there's one for each of them. Basically, at least with this avatar, it grabs back your Ruby Fate Stone and puts it back on the field if it gets blown up some way or some form, or get put back into your material deck via ensnaring fumes or something like that. So there's a 5-cost 4/3 unique ally in fire. This is Guojia bonus. While paying for this card's reserve cost, you may remove 2 quest counters from your champion. Each counter removed this way pays for 1 of that cost. So it could cost 3 for a 3-drop 4/3. Pretty cool because even if you have Suzaku and you have a couple extra counters on your champion, you can just get a 3-drop 4/3, which is really good stats.
And a unique ally human, which has some synergy with other cards as well. So it's very, very, very good.
And then Guojia bonus, also you can pay 2, sacrifice it, and put 2 quest counters onto your champion so you can get them back. And then you may put a card named Fabled Ruby Fate Stone from your material deck or banishment onto the field. Yeah. Again, pretty cool.
I don't know how often that effect will come up. But what I do like about like the first effect is, it can vary, right? You could pay 5, you could pay 4, you could pay 3. And so like if you're just on like this kind of awkward hand, you might just pay 4 for it, only get rid of 1 quest counter, but like that was your best play anyways, so it didn't matter that it costed 4, if that makes sense. So I think it's a pretty interesting card. I would definitely experiment with this if you like KFC. I think this is a testable card at the very worst. I don't know if it's going to be a big card in that deck, but I think it's worth testing.
For sure. Yeah. I think it's definitely at least an interesting card of some sort. So there's that one. And then also had Ordained Charisma, which is a 3-cost slow fire action cleric spell. Gain control of a target ally with 2 power or less until end of turn. Wake up that ally. Very interesting that we get this in fire, which is not known for waking up their allies.
Yes.
This can wake up a ally again. You can wake up obviously an ally you don't control, the one that you're stealing from your opponent, but also your own ally technically. Yes. Probably not worth it because you're probably with 2 power or less, you can basically, it says 3 cost, deal 2. But there are some cases where that might come up. I'm not
Hasty messenger.
Exactly. Some on attack effects where maybe it pump their damage specifically for that attack, so maybe you can double up on that type of attack. But you also just like steal an interceptor, steal a taunter.
Yeah.
I don't know. Use this in conjunction with reprogram to give a 3 power ally -1 attack, right?
Yeah.
And then you can
that's cool.
yoink that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that will come up.
The big thing about fire element specifically stealing allies too is using it with cremation ritual.
Yeah.
Or
undeniable truth.
Thank goodness you remember that card name. But yeah, so there's some really cool stuff. Very interesting and new, like unique, cool card.
Yeah. And then a really interesting one, which is Ash Fletched Bowman, which is a 3 cost 1/3 fire ally ranger human with range 3. Class bonus. At the beginning of your recollection phase, banish up to 3 fire element cards from your graveyard. For each card banished this way, Ash Fletched Bowman gets 3 range 3. So, and range stacks. So basically, if you have 3 fire cards, and this is on the field, it has to be on the field already. Yes. You know, it has to survive a turn essentially. This gets up to range 12 from one ally. So make that sucker distant is swinging for a total of 13 because of the +1, the 1 power innate power it already has. That's a lot.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy.
And 3 fire, not crazy. A single creative and 1 fire card, that's 2, like already.
Yeah.
And maybe you played another fire card to keep this alive, you know, to save it somehow. So there you go. Yeah, kind of a crazy card. Obviously going to be a high threat ally.
Yeah.
We do have more like interceptors and taunters. Like I feel like they're going to be played because of like from advanced element stuff. So you like library witches and stalwarts, but you also have the new angel that is basically a library witch but imbued from advanced elements. So we'll see how likely this is actually going to be used, but pretty cool, pretty sick. I mean, even just a 3-drop 3 or 1/3 ally with range 3 is innately already decent. It's like a trained sharpshooter if you were able to give trained sharpshooter range, of course, and give this range.
This is the most like boss monster type ally I feel like I've seen that isn't like heavily restricted to a later part of the game, right? Like Geldis, you drop right away, it has Pride 4, right? Like Overlord MK, you've got to sack a bunch of power cell tokens, all that kind of stuff, right? Like this card you could literally play on turn 1 if you wanted to, but it obviously has like no protection built into it. So and a fire ranger deck isn't going to have a lot of protection. So you could obviously build your deck to protect the king with this, but it's a very interesting card.
Definitely gives Wind Polcock an actual like interesting thing. Like you spend a couple turns cycling, you know, 3 of Hearts, Hasty, Creative Shocks, get some fire cards on the drop. Then hold up an influence to Expeditious Opening. like legitimately, I'm not like mean.
No,
Expeditious Opening once you're level, you know, fire Polcock. So you have to try Turbo to 1 because you're gonna be wind first.
Yes, so that's the awkward part.
So Fortuitous Wind.
Fortuitous Wind. That's crazy.
Into Polcock level 1. Into Cycle a bunch. Into Expeditious play this guy. And then swing and get the range. You know, at your recollection, you have to give it. They'll get all its effects. Then you need to in your main make it distant, and then you can use what's it called? Second Wind to wake it up and do 13 twice. Which is lethal for most. So I mean, it's crazy. And that sounds like a lot of setup, but it's a lot of setup to instantly one-shot your opponent. Not that crazy. So I don't know.
It's a very interesting card. It's a card that you're going to be terrified to see play against you.
And really cool in conjunction with just like bringing out smoke bombs. So bring out smoke bombs. Put this on the field. Save it with smoke bombs. Go to your turn. Then level up into level 1 ranger of some sort. And then make it, you know, do the creative shock or you know, get fire on the drop, of course, during that time too. And I think it's it's usable for sure. Anywho, moving on to Silly.gg's. Sorry, those were
main decks.
Moving on to Silly.gg's.
Which main deck did a great video. He got me with the CSR being bit for a second there.
The CSR bit?
The CSR bit. Oh my goodness, there's levels to this.
Anywho, Silly.gg had their own spoilers. And there's going to be a theme here, which is I'm really hyped, happy about this one. Because it's a 2-cost Neos Fabricator Slime, which is an ally, 0/2 ally, Tamer Beast Slime. Pride 3, which is advanced. Almost all advanced elements have at least Pride 3. Slimes specifically. Fabricated Slime enters the field with a buff counter on it. So it is actually a 2-drop 1/3 minimum. Then class bonus. You may rest this, and for each of up to 3 buff counters, on Fabricator Slime, summon a baby slime token. So this is your first slime after going to Slime Sovereign. Gosh, there's a lot of S's here. You can play this. It'll come in with 3 buff counters, and you can instantly make 3 baby slime tokens. Pretty cool. That is a
1.
What?
1.
No, 3.
You don't make 3 tokens.
If you have 3 buff counters
for each buff counter. This card is much better than I thought. You kept talking about this card. I was like, yeah, I mean, it's okay.
No,
like,
it's sick.
No, this card is much better.
That's why there's 3 little big token slimes in the picture.
I'm picking up what you're putting down now.
Pretty cool with Metal Bloom Dryad.
Wow.
Pretty cool with Wild Growth Feline.
Yeah.
It gives the ability, I think, really strongly in something like Wind Slimes to not just go in on like the generic combo that you would with Storm Slime and everything. Like you can actually go, oh, I'm going Swarm Slimes once I get the level 3 and really just like put buff counters on everything. Everything's getting buff counters, all that jazz. So I don't know, really cool. Way better than the other Neo Slime they printed before.
Because also, like, even if you just have 2 Force Cakes out, which is not that unrealistic, then if you like need to play, you know, your Ethereal or whatever when you go level 3, which like sometimes you need to do that, or maybe you're like taking a lot of damage and you need to go Lustrous or something. If you miss the level 3 ability, it's not like this is just a dead card in your deck now. Like that's very nice. Yeah.
Also, on top of that, we saw some slime spoilers already before. One was Banner Slime, and the other one was a 4-cost slime card that costs 1 less for each slime ally you control.
Yeah.
And gives, I believe, all slime allies +1 buff counter, or gives a buff counter to all of them, something like that. But pretty sick with this, because this instantly makes 4. In itself is,
and if you're playing Metal Bloom Dryad in this type of list, which you probably are, then now all you need is like Cake and 1 Metal Bloom or something. So I think getting it to that 3 buff counters is very consistent, and you don't need to get 3 buff counters. You could just do 2.
I think 2 is like 1 is kind of
like if you have a single Cake out, which that's really not asking for a lot now.
Or you have a Windtrotter in hand.
Yeah. Oh, Windtrotter is crazy with this because you can give it. Yeah. Oh, Young Beast Bonder as well.
Young
this
Beast
is a beast.
Like,
It'll just instantly. Wow. Yeah. This is consistent.
I think it's really decent, and I think overlooked a little bit, but so not insanely powerful, but allows you to play slimes a little bit differently.
Yeah.
I'll live with that. More slime cards, though, from Civi.gg, which is Slime Call Cyclone. Super cool card. 3-cost Wind Fantasia Tamer Slime spell. Class bonus. At the beginning of your Recollection phase, summon a baby slime token. Some Swarm Slimes. This is a card you would play in that. Pretty sick. Unfortunately, it's the class bonus. I can't play it in Tony and make my slime tokens every single turn, but I think it's a really cool card.
There's like so many neat things that you can do with this too, right? Because like we're talking about Brisk Windtrotter and stuff, right? Like now you know that you'll have an ally already on board at the start of your turn. Like even if your opponent's doing board control things and trying to clear off your board, you have a target for Young Beast Bonders, for Brisk Windtrotters, all that kind of stuff right away. Or like an ASIN.
I know.
You can just like, no matter what, you can always just drop an ASIN right away and like
it sacrifices the token, but you got an ASIN on board.
Yeah,
that's okay.
In a world where you're in a board fight situation and you guys are actually fighting for that, being able to just drop an ASIN as your first thing for turn is incredibly powerful. So, cool things that you can do with this.
I mean, I'm going to talk about Alan a little bit because because Alan's effect, you have to have 2, and there's several effects like this. We have 1 or more, or 2 or more animal or beasts on the field. Bedivere is another one of those. So this like keeps generating those effects to make that
helps
more
you
easy.
Work towards Slime Party.
Yep. Very cool. And then the last slime card from Civi.gg, which is Slime Calling. I know
these are all good.
2-cost Wind Fast Action Tamer Slime skill. Activate this card only during opponent's end phase. Class bonus. Look at the top 3+ level cards of your deck. You may activate up to 2 slime ally cards from among them. Cards you activate this way cost 1 less to activate. Put the rest of the cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. I'm assuming this ignores because slimes can only be played at slow speed. The allies. So I'm assuming it forcibly ignores them because it's saying activate cards you activate this way.
Yeah. It's the Grim Pastiche thing. Like this card is allowing you to activate those cards. So yeah, you still have to follow elemental restrictions. So if you're in wind slimes, you can't just like put a fire baby slime in your deck.
Or your advanced element and you're not advanced element yet.
Right, yeah. But yeah, this card's super cool. You get the reserve cost back if you activate both those slimes, because you pay 2 for this, but then you save 1 reserve on each one of those slimes that you activate. So this is kind of like a 0 cost in a way. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And you are plus wanting.
Yes.
If you're able to hit the 2, of course. And
yeah, I mean, imagine like, you hit a baby fire or what is it called? Baby red slime. Imagine you hit a baby red slime
in norm slimes,
and a like baby green slime, right? Your baby green slime hits your cake that you have out, and then your baby red discards a float in your hand. Like, you're off to the races. Like, that's crazy, right?
Yeah, it is pretty sick. I'm excited for slimes. Honestly, it's pretty cool. I don't think they're gonna be as oppressive, but like I think they'll be a very real deck, and we'll take some tinkering with to figure out.
That's the coolest thing, is especially with like the Neo slime and stuff that you showed. I just think that there's so much more ways to play slimes now, instead of just storm slime. You know, I'm so cool. But I mean, that even is a slime skill, right? So it does count towards storm slime and stuff. So even if you banish it while leveling up, you're good. You know?
Yeah, no, super cool. It's exciting to them to. I like RDO is really fun because they're just supporting all other types of decks, which is, I feel like I didn't realize that's how much I actually wanted out. Like that's what I wanted out of sets, was like just reinforcing older archetypes and all that kind of stuff. But once I saw, I was like, oh, this is really cool. This is fun. I get to reimagine
RDO's best set.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be great.
Next up is Red Zone Rogues video spoilers, which some interesting ones for sure. So we have Chime of Endless Dreams, which is a 0 cost norm Exia Regalia item cleric accessory.
Exalted.
What did I say?
Exia.
Sorry, I saw the EX. Exalted. Sorry, not Exia. It's a norm Exalted. It comes in hindered. You do not lose the game for drawing cards while you have no cards in your deck. So mill out strategies where obviously they would just go to draw for turn or whatever. They won't lose as long as they brought this out, and they are level 3. They have to be level 3 to bring this out. So if you're a low level fractal deck and you get milled out, you'll have to stick to your tabula. But this also has the effect of you can rest this and banish it and shuffle all cards in your graveyard into your deck. They have to do it twice, basically. So pretty cool that you can bring this out, not die to draw from turn. And then go into your normal phase and do whatever you need to. Go to your next turn, materialize something in response to recollection, pop this, shuffle all those cards back in, and you're probably in a decent spot. Interesting card as a whole, because there's obviously it can be like fracturized. It can be
that's the thing, is I really hope we're not dealing with another weird layers thing like Lantern, and like fracturizing this actually removes it. But it is also a little awkward, because the deck that is most likely to mill you out is probably Water at the moment, and this coming in hindered means that you could fracturize it when they play it, and then get rid of the effect, and they can't rest and use the ability in response to shuffle their graveyard because it's hindered. So,
but they have to be holding up a fracturized that they haven't milled, because they're going to mill like probably their whole deck as well. So there's a couple things. I also think it's interesting that you can do this for yourself if you're in Water Gembu. And because Water Gembu goes to level 3 pretty easily. And so if they go, all right, try to do some combo, kill you, whatever, mill you out, doesn't work. All right, I'm going to reset myself and let's go again. So interesting in that effect, because you can also mill all your win cons. And so being able to, Tabula's probably better.
Tabula's probably better.
This is also an option as well too.
It's an interesting card to have in the game.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to see play, but it's cool that it exists. And that's how I feel about a lot of these RDO cards. It's like, even if, the reality is most cards in a set are duds. That's just like how game design works for a lot of card games. But I think that like even the duds in this set are unique, interesting, and like have the potential to become relevant one day, which is like really cool. So like I feel like RDO is going to feel like a really good set to open up, because there's going to be a ton of new cards that you're going to be excited to play with now. And then like 3 months, 6 months from now, when something else becomes really relevant, you'll be like, oh, I already have that card. And I feel like that feeling will happen very often.
Speaking of duds at the beginning and hopefully be better later on.
Oh yeah.
3-cost norm Fantasia Assassin Trial.
Yeah.
So this is the Assassin Trial. There's going to be one for each class. So this is Radiant Origin of Assassin. I believe there'll be Radiant Origin. We've already seen of Warrior.
Yeah.
There'll be one of Tamer, Cleric, all that.
We've seen Mage, I think.
Yeah. So this is Omni Shroud. I think all of them have Omni Shroud. When you activate a prepared card, put a training counter on Radiant Origin of Assassin. Class bonus. Pay 5 and sacrifice this. Level up your champion. Activate this ability only if there are 4 or more training counters on Radiant Origin of Assassin. From what we currently have outside of RDO, very few decks are able to prepare that many times before they're going to want to get to level 3, or already be at level 3. Tristan doesn't want to prepare stuff currently because they want their preparation counters.
Their prep counters are their win con.
Yeah. It's part of it. And there's some other things I think we've seen that kind of help facilitate maybe different game plans, but for right now, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Xander and Merlin are the other ones. Merlin has had a hard time getting prep counters, I feel like, currently.
Yeah.
It's not the easiest thing. And so you have to not only spend time to get prep counters, you also spend time to actually prepare those cards or other cards. And then, but we'll come back to this in a second.
And then you have to pay 5.
Yeah, they have to pay 5.
Which is a big cost.
I will say it's interesting to go from level 1 and prepare, stay on level 1 the entire time. So I'm thinking like Wind Assassin, do your whole Wind shenanigan things where you're staying there and preparing the entire time, and then use this to go to level 2, and then hard level to level 3 after the 5 cards you put down. See what I'm saying? So you go to level 2 for free, go to level 3 by hard casting. Yeah. And this is at fast speed, so you can do some weird stuff at level up at fast speed on your opponent's turn when they're trying to do something to you, which might give you an effect of some sort. It's always something to be important, like, and be aware of. But
and then you would still have 3 down to level up into level 3. That's interesting. Yeah.
So, just an option here, of course, but
feels like this might be one of the weaker ones.
Yeah.
We'll see what comes out.
Yeah.
Because like in Fire Luxem, for example, you have Thieving Cuts, you have Exploit Vulnerability, and so like there are more cards that you would want to prepare, and like could help facilitate your game plan and such. But then you also have to get 4 prep counters to do that, which is just hard, So it is a little awkward.
It's awkward. It is not. These aren't unique, to be fair. Note, so like if you happen to get 2 down really early, you're able to start prepping like during that time, and you can just go 1 to all the way up to 3 instantly. But you have to pay 10, I guess. Right? I keep forgetting about that part. Anyway, and then I guess a card that allows you to get away from having only a bunch of preparation counters on your champion, which is an ultimate for Tristan. So this is Curtain of Shadows, a 10-cost Umbra action assassin ultimate spell. Tristan bonus, summon X ominous shadow tokens, where X is the amount of preparation counters on your champion. So you still want some of them for this. For the rest of the game, allies named ominous shadow you control get +1 power and have on hit put a preparation counter on your champion. Most ultimate spells seem to be more tailored towards Pantheon.
Yes.
So this one is being 10 cost. Going to be hard to get to. I don't know if it actually will be the case. Pretty cool. They can go like the Ominous Shadow strategy. There's a couple of interesting things about this, which is for the rest of the game, like we said, allies named Ominous Shadow you control get +1 power and have on hit get a preparation counter on your champion. Cool. We had to spend preparation counters to get it, so it's cool that we're getting them back by using this. We still have to swing with our champion.
You don't have to spend the prep counters. It just
to activate. Oh no! Oh, it doesn't. Yeah,
yeah.
But we still have to swing with our champion.
Yeah.
So we're still gonna be spending. We'll probably have Shadow's Claw. It's probably the easiest thing to bring out and start swinging. But people are aware of Shadow's Claw and they blow it up all the time.
Yeah.
So we'll again. You're going probably hands down with this spell.
Yeah.
It can still be negated by a single incap by probably a Frostbind.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it was actually going to happen in normal, but Pantheon, sure, it'll be a cool little fun thing to do. And maybe when Tristan level 4 comes out, we'll get to see if this has any play with that as well.
Sure. We've already seen Tristan level 4.
Oh, we have.
Yeah.
It's just more life.
Yeah.
Isn't it 28 life?
I think it's 28. Yeah.
All right. You won't see play with that.
No.
Anywho, so that's pretty cool. And then we get to move on to a different ultimate.
Oh my gosh.
What are you doing over there, buddy?
Dropped it right on the ground.
Limitless Defiance, Exia 12 cost. Oh, wait. This isn't on from Merlin's Marketplace. This is ours. Look at that. That was transition. That was great.
Who put you in charge of this?
12 cost Exia Limitless Defiance. This is our Exia Jin Ultimate that we were given. We got a nice little fancy special card. Maybe I should take a really nice shot of that and use it.
It looks sick.
Yeah, that was just there, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't on that table over there what we did for the B-roll of the...
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. This card. For each damage counter on your champion, banish the top card of your deck. Probably 20, 30 cards that you're going to be able to do it with. Jin bonus. Until end of turn, you may activate warrior action and warrior attack cards banished this way without paying their reserve cost. When you do, wake up your champion. This is slow speed. This one, while I don't think is going to be played in standard, has a higher chance to me than being played than the Tristan one or other ultimates that we've seen thus far.
So this one can immediately win you the game on this turn.
Yes.
So going hands down is more reasonable.
Yeah.
Whereas with the Tristan one or some of the other ones, it's like, okay, well, you go hands down, you like do this really strong effect, but then next turn you still have to survive and everything, right? Whereas this one is more like this is a pretty hard thing to stop. Like you can't just Song of Frost my first attack, right? Like I'm going to just keep on restanding and everything.
Jin also draws a lot.
Jin does draw a lot. I mean, so does Tristan and such, right? But so 12 cost is huge. I mean, there's not many cards that cost 12. 12 is a very hard cost to pay. But the fact is that you probably don't need to activate any cards from hand if this resolves successfully.
Yes.
And Jin also has a cool thing where their sites reduce the cost of something that you play. And so you could theoretically make this an 8 cost.
Yes. Sites reduce the cost. Jin draws a lot, has good survivability.
Yes.
You do not need to be high level or damage counter, so you can spend those men flesh to keep you around 15, and that's enough. Also, on top of all this, Spellword Scepter is a thing.
Yes.
So you can just go Spellword Scepter, wait a turn, have a wake up, pop it, play this.
Yeah.
And the rest of your deck is probably, like I said, survivability and attack cards or warrior action cards. Preferably warrior action cards that draw you cards.
Yeah, the nice thing is you don't necessarily even need a bunch of attack cards. If you can protect your Shuangji, you just activate warrior actions and that will wake you up. So you swing with your champion with Shuangji, deal some damage, then do a Axios Sight that you missed. Well, Axios Sight might not be warrior action, but
that's mage probably.
Yeah, there's other. I mean, I think Enrage is a warrior action, right? So then you do an Enrage, which is going to help you do more damage. Regenerate is a warrior, there's quite a few in there. So you just do one of those and then swing with your polearm again and stuff, right? Obviously your polearm could get interacted with, blah blah blah, right? Like there's a lot of things. This is still probably a pipe dream in 1v1, but it is definitely feels possible.
Yeah.
And in Pantheon, this is what Jin needed. Because I played Jin without this. So the funny thing is, I played Jin on Main Deck's Pantheon video that we recorded at the Creator Summit. Fantastic video, by the way. It was me, Limelight, Dan, and Cam. Great crew. I would play with that squad of Pantheon, that Pantheon pod, for a long time. That was a lot of fun. But so I was given this spoiler at the summit, but I couldn't play it in that video because it's obviously going up before the spoiler. So, but I was just like, dude, this is literally what Jin needs to win, because Jin inherently is a attack-based champion, and usually that means attacking one other champion in the game. And funny enough, I actually did do well in that game, but it can be hard for Jin to actually kill 3 opponents, and so this is a way to definitely help with that in Pantheon, because now you can go, okay, attack you for 40, attack you for 40, and then now I'm going to attack you for 40, and now you can actually finish a game with Jin instead of just kind of hoping to survive long enough where you're just in the last 2 and then you kill your opponent, so very, very cool card.
It's a very cool card. I'm excited that we got to show off this cool card.
Thank you, Weebs, so much for giving us a CSR. They gave a lot of the content creators either CSRs or full URs, depending on what their big card was, and really cool of them to do, and theme it so well for a lot of these content creators and give them some of their favorite things.
And thanks to Weebs of Shore, Great Archive, for sponsoring this video. That's pretty cool.
Do you have another card?
No.
Oh, I thought you had another spoiler that I didn't know about.
Dude, I got to talk to Syl about that sometime. Weasel Shore, thank you so much for sponsoring this video. Caben, this is a Grand Archive card.
That is a Grand Archive card.
Do you know where I really want more of these?
Yeah.
I don't have enough.
Yeah.
There's not enough laying around my office. So I want to get more of these. I wish I can go to some website and buy more. Core TCG actually has singles and RDO boxes up for sale on their website. Use code TRUE10. This is going splendidly. Use code TRUE10 at checkout to get 10% rebate back on your order and use it to buy more cards. But
you're using code TRUE10 at endgame.com, right? That's the code that works there?
With this sleeve, you stole my thunder. I was going to say, I want somewhere to put my card.
I know where you were going with it, yeah.
Use Endgame, our new sponsor. You guys might not know about this, but this is why all the Endgame sleeve boxes are all around us. We are now sponsored by Endgame. We are super excited to work with them. They're really cool people. They want to work with us. We're really excited for the future of events that we get to host and stuff like that. They've already said to us, and I think we can say it, which is at our regional, our in-person regional that we're going to be doing, they're going to give every single person as entry a box of Endgame sleeves as well.
And this will not increase entry cost. Nope. We'll be keeping it the same. So you just get a $12 box of sleeves for free, basically, which is awesome.
And if you want more than that, use code TRUE10 at checkout at Endgame to get 10% off your order as well.
Yeah. Big increase in discount compared to our Dragon Seal sponsor. So we're excited to pass on more savings to y'all. And just for full transparency, because Endgame wants that and is one of the reasons that we're so excited to work with them, we are getting a bigger kickback from them as well. And so we're giving y'all a bigger discount to save more money. And in turn, it actually helps us get more funds for the company and keep producing quality content. So really excited about it. There's a announcement video that we made a few days ago on our channel, so you can go watch that if you want even more details. But we do have one thing that was not announced in that announcement video about Endgame that's very exciting. So at the upcoming Ascent Los Angeles, both Isaac and I will be there playing in the main event. And if you beat us, you will get a pack of Endgame sleeves. So we're putting self bounties out on ourselves. Yeah. And if you knock us out of day 2 and we're really bummed out, just be like, hey, don't forget to give me my free sleeves.
Yeah, just go. That's lethal, right? You go, yeah, cool. Sleeves?
Yeah. Sleeves? Now.
Before you get up from the table, I need the sleeves.
Yeah.
Sign that you lost, and then give me the sleeves.
But yeah, definitely I think it's a fun way to help get some Endgame products in the GA community's hands, because we truly do like these sleeves a lot. These are the sleeves that we will personally be using for every single event going forward, and even for casual play, for play testing for events, for Pantheon play, locals, all that kind of stuff. And especially Ascents, we rely on the quality of the sleeves. So.
And that's the biggest thing is that if you pick up a box of one of these sleeves, all 100 sleeves are going to be okay.
Yeah.
They have high quality control, unlike some previous
other titans of the sleeve industry in the past few years have started to struggle a lot with quality. It is not just one company out there. It is multiple of them, unfortunately. And so
the whole reason why this company was started was because they wanted quality sleeves. So they're not necessarily worried about profit. They're worried about their product, which is cool.
It's the quality is amazing, and very excited to be using them.
All right, well, hey, let's move on to, oh my gosh, more spoilers. This is Sparkle Sisters. Their spoilers. I'm actually really excited for this one. This is a really fun one. Scorching Knowledge, which is a 1-cost fire fast action mage spell, Empower 3. Rye bonus. It's been a while since we got a Rye card specific, and not a level 3 Rye card, I should say. You may remove an Enlightened counter from your champion if you do Empower 3. Might not seem that crazy, but there's some fun stuff you can do with this card alone. So, for those who don't know, I actually really like Mana Weaver Rye. I want to copy spells. I think that's more fun to me and more interactive than just cramming a bunch of arcane cards in my deck, turboing to level 3, and then just start blasting my opponent and drawing a bunch of cards based on because I'm level 15 at this point or something like that. I like the idea of copying spells. So at first glance, it seems kind of weird. We had Heightened Spellcraft, 1 cost, Empower 3, class bonus is a floating memory. But this card, if you are Mana Weaver, I did the math here. I believe this is correct. You have 5 cards in hand. We are level 3 because we're Mana Weaver, and we have no arcane. We don't care about arcane cards and banish. It doesn't matter. If we use this card, and we have 5 Enlightened counters on our champion, 5 cards in hand, we're going to use this card to empower a total of 6. Going to remove that Enlightened counter. This is going to empower 6. So that's 2 cards away from hand. We have 3 left in hand. We are now going to Empower for 6, and we have our level 3, so that's 9. We can put 2 cards down and an Arcane Blast, two Arcane Blast, because that should get us up to 11. And then we have 4 Enlightened counters left on our champion. We can copy the Arcane Blast. We can actually do 22 damage, 5 cards in hand, 5 Enlightened counters. Not that crazy.
It's a pretty low influence to do that amount of damage. The cool thing is, this is also fast speed.
Yes.
So you could do it with less cards in hand, because you could do it in Rec, which is
one
really
less
neat.
Card
Yeah,
thing or something like that. So, fun
pretty
little
cool
combo. Combos with some other stuff. I don't know if it comes with
the fact that it's a fire card actually is relevant as well.
Yeah. They also have Blaze of Light, which is a 2-cost fire exalted action mage spell. Deal 3 unpreventable damage to target unit. Class bonus, deal 5 unpreventable damage to that unit instead. Kind of fun. That I was just talking about Mana Weaver Rai. So level doesn't matter. Could just be for Rai, the Mana Weaver Rai, just deal 5 damage, or for Merlin or whatever, and just deal 5 damage, or Kong Ming. And unpreventable, which is pretty big. When you just need to do finish, I did my 22 Arcane Blast combo. I just need to finish them off through a spell shield or something on the next turn. I'm good because I have this. So pretty cool in that effect. Not a lot to talk about it though. And then finally, their own ultimate card. This is the Kong Ming ultimate. So
wait, who is this from?
Sparkle Sisters.
I don't remember seeing this one.
Yeah, they passed. We got to see it. Everyone did a whole little pass around at Creator or something. Got to see these cards. So this is pretty cool.
Oh, I remember this one. So I just didn't recognize the art, I guess.
Zukong Shifted Fates. I'm probably might be saying that wrong. 10 cost Terra Unique Fantasia Mage Ultimate Spell. So this is a Fantasia, so we'll stick around. It has Spell Shroud. Kong Ming bonus. When you're shifting currents, change to face the opposite direction. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and put them into your material deck preserved. Then deal 6 plus X damage to target unit you don't control, where X is the amount of preserved cards in your material deck.
Yeah.
So at your end step, you could always swap it opposite.
Yeah.
Is level 2 Kong Ming, if you swap from north to south, draw a card?
Yes.
So every other turn, you'll be drawing a card, and every single turn, you'll be dealing minimum, well, at the beginning, 9 damage.
Yeah.
This does cost 10.
Yeah.
Not sure how, we haven't seen a lot of Kong Ming being played, so I'm not really sure on its influence gain. I'm sure it's about as good as other level 3 decks, Again, probably more like a Pantheon thing, but still a cool card in of itself.
The fact that it has Spell Shroud's very good. It's pretty hard to interact with a Fantasia that has Spell Shroud at the current moment of the game. And there are also multiple cards that can shift your shifting currents any direction. So like Fan of 7 Deaths or whatever that's called, which is a Regalia. That costs 1, I think. So like fairly uninteractable. You could do like this and then pop Fan, do this effect right away, go to end step, do this effect right away, and it'll scale because you're preserving more cards.
Yeah, probably do this card. All right, go to end step first, let it do its effect, so you get the preserved cards because it preserves 3, and then do 7 Deaths after the fact.
Right. No, it's just that's not like. Yeah, so if you do Fan.
No, don't do Fan first.
Why?
Because you want this effect to, whenever you're shifting currents.
Yeah. Fan will trigger this effect.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
For some reason I was thinking that this is what's giving you the
No.
I forgot the shifting currents can just change.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Okay.
I'll show
Cool. Next
card is from Fractal of Insight. Had to play, like I said, this is what I was talking about earlier. We had to play a little game. I don't know if I cut that part because we were trying to find a site that had all the spoilers on it, but we got to see some cool water suited cards. So this is a crazy one.
Yeah.
Crazy for, it's probably not as strong as people think.
Yeah.
But crazy in the fact that this effect is in the game.
Yeah. I think there's some people that are going to look at this card and be like, this is obviously just the most broken card ever. Like, this is going to ruin the game, all this kind of stuff. And then there's a lot of people that are like, oh, it's just okay. You know, like it is probably going to land somewhere between there.
So Hoarfrost Hold, which is a 2-cost water Fantasia cleric suited spell. Class bonus on enter, banish any number of suited spell cards from your hand and or memory. For each card banished this way, put a frost counter on Hoarfrost Hold. Each opponent recollects X less cards during the resolution of the recollection phase, where X is the amount of frost counters on Hoarfrost Hold. So, something to note is that what's the suited bolt?
Diamond bolts of diamonds, diamond bolt.
Yeah, whatever. The bolts.
The one that gets generated.
Yeah. Is obviously a suited spell.
Yeah.
So as you're generating those are probably what you'd be getting rid of with this. with Hoarfrost Hold to give it the counter. So the whole point, I think, here is kind of build like a water ally deck that kind of just sits there, gets their allies on the field, saves them, protects them, whatever, and then gets those bolts into their memory. Eventually drop one of these and try to stall your opponent a little bit for a couple more turns to try to like build up a combo turn of some sort. Interesting. Obviously, you can banish more than just the bolts, of course. And this is a suited spell in of itself, so you can banish other Hoarfrost Holds from your memory. You're probably going to be building up an influence anyway with this type of deck. So
it's important to note some things with this card. And
it's also Fantasia.
It is a Fantasia, which is important to note. You are giving up your influence permanently in order to lock down your opponent's influence. So you're losing a card out of hand to play this card, and then any amount that you banish, let's say you lose 3 cards forever, now your opponent can't get 3 cards back each turn. So it is a fair trade in a way. It's actually unfavored towards you because you have to use the card to do it and the tempo to do it. But obviously, if you're generating these cards and all that kind of stuff, then it becomes much better for you, right? But there is an important thing to note is that this is a Fantasia, and there is fast Fantasia removal in the format with like Expel the Departed and such. And so this like is a incredibly risky card to play because if your opponent does do something like Expel, now you've paid 2 and a card from hand, and then banished who knows how many cards from your hand and memory, maybe 3, 4, maybe more. And then if your opponent blows this Fantasia up, you did absolutely nothing. You did all of that for no effect because it's not like it doesn't get an immediate effect. If they do it in your end step or something, they never even didn't recollect. Yeah. So it can be very risky. It can be very all in.
2 things also on this though. It is a cleric, so you're probably gonna play this only in cleric, which I'm assuming is like Dao Chan or something like that. So obviously there's like you can play a little Fractal Fantasia Glimmering situation, but also Jian Yu. So you can name specific things on top of that. But at the same time, I think it's funny that this is cleric because Dao Chan, really known for fractals primarily, making it so your opponent can't recollect in fractals, who usually put cards down from like backup charge or whatever in their recollection, and goes low influence because of the fractals they're putting on field. It's kind of funny because they're just on like top deck mode because they have such low influence. So if you do banish 3 or 4, they have to go hold 1 pass.
Like if you play this against the fractals player. Yeah.
So kind of funny that like it is for cleric, but it's probably best against that style deck.
The existence of this card will make you play against water suited very differently. And I think this card is going to feel oppressive if you don't play around it correctly. But I don't think this is an absolutely broken card.
I don't think it's absolutely broken. I also think it's really good against fire aggro.
Yeah.
Who goes hands down all the time and low influence all the time. So this might be the deck to play against fire aggro. And still be low level. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, the next one is Diamond in the Rough, which is a 4-cost water action mage suited spell.
Hey, look at that card that you can banish.
There you go. Is slow speed. Class bonus. This card costs 1 less to activate for up to 3 suited allies you control with different reserve costs. So could cost 1. Draw a card and empower 1. Until end of turn, whenever you activate a suited spell card, empower 1. This is interesting with the bolts because the bolts have level 2+, they cost 0. Normally cost 2. So if you're level 1, which is probably when you're playing this card, those bolts become free because they empower the next one every single time. This also replaces itself. So it replaces itself, empowers 1. It also draws that card into hand,
which is very nice.
Very nice.
It's a cool card.
I don't know.
I'm excited to see more of the water suited stuff. We really need to just see like the whole archetype to see if it's like good or not.
Yep. And speaking of another card,
this helps.
Yep. Edelstein, Queen of Diamonds, 10-cost water, which is like Queen of Hearts was also 10 cost. Unique ally, mage suited human, 1 power, 4 life. You can banish banish 3 or more suited spell cards with a total reserve cost of 10 or from your graveyard. 10 reserve cost exactly 10. I have to remember. I have 10 or more from your graveyard rather than pay this card's reserve cost. So Queen of Hearts, I believe, was specifically allies. This one is specifically spells. Might be a little harder. We haven't. It's the bolts. It's the card. The 2 cards we just saw.
Because you could do like the 4 cost that you can play for 1, which is now becoming more relevant once you see this card. You do that and then 3 bolts. So if you do the chain that you were just talking about, where you go on like 4 cost and then like bolt because they're all free, now you can do this. So like that seems pretty feasible.
On enter, recover 4, which I think is huge.
Yeah.
And empower 4. Interesting. I'll come back to that in a second. Whenever you empower an amount, L9 gets plus X power until end of turn, where X is that amount. So, this is already on the turn you play a 5/4 because it's empowering. Yes. It's going to empower itself.
This can be a 0-cost 5/4 recover 4.
Yep, and your next spell is reduced
also,
or doing something by 4.
Yeah.
So really cool in that effect. The empower 4. I was trying to figure out what would be the best thing to use with it. If we're in cleric, you could do some blizzard potion. I forget what the potion of blizzards is called. It deals 1 plus level damage, I believe. If they're rested. I think it normally deals 1, or it does 1 plus level if they're rested or something like that. That's a 4-cost potion, but it can be brewed maybe. I don't know. Cone of Frost is the one I was thinking most of.
Yeah, does the empower even work with a potion?
No, it's probably not, because it's an item, or it's probably not a spell.
Yeah, Cone of Frost works.
Cone of Frost is going to be the biggest one, because it costs less, because we're probably going to be mage or whatever we are. And then we get the level 1, I believe level 5, it does it 3 times.
Yeah.
So
it'll deal 6.
This instantly allows you to do 6 with that card.
Yeah, even if you're only level 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mnemonic Charms are really fun in this deck because you can fracturize them, or you pop them for empower. Pretty good in that effect. Yeah, cool.
I think Water Suited has a lot going for it. I think we need to see a little bit more. I'm curious to see if there's any more Water Suited cards. I feel like there are. And yeah, I'm excited to see them.
Yeah. Then we move on to Lineage Break, which is really cool because this card. Well, let's just get into it. So they show this is the ultimate spell for Arasana, for Astra Arasana, Supernova Divination, 6-cost Astra, unique Fantasia Cleric ultimate spell, Spell Shroud.
Yes,
Fantasia with Spell Shroud. Arasana bonus at the beginning of each player's recollection phase, and whenever you star call a card, put a divination counter on Supernova Divination. Then if there are 10 divination counters on Supernova Divination, sacrifice it. If you do, all units you don't control lose all abilities until end of turn, then deal 25 unpreventable damage to each of them. Sorry, Jin.
Yeah.
This is 6-cost. This you can get out. It's going to take some work, but you could definitely get this, because if you're Ari doesn't necessarily need to play cards that replace themselves with that glimpse, and even then they don't even need to play those cards. They can just, sometimes there's Regalia and stuff that just glimpses, and then that's how they get their effects.
Yeah.
So there's a very real possibility where you can actually get this out on the field.
Yeah, it's very important to note that you're not getting it when you're glimpsing, you're getting it when you're star calling, which is a lot harder.
Yes.
But yeah, it is feasible.
Yeah.
Yes. I think similar with Jin, this one could see 1v1 play. Yeah. But is still clearly more designed for Pantheon.
It's very good in Pantheon.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Combustible Potion.
Yeah.
Sick card. 4-cost fire item cleric potion. Brew 2 herbs.
Very easy.
Very nice. On enter, if it was brewed, draw 2 cards and discard a card. Creative Shock.
Yeah.
Sacrifice Combustible Potion. Deal 2 damage to target unit.
Yeah. At fast speed.
At fast speed, we just get a little cheeky deal too. We get to cycle with this card. We blew up some herbs, but something that's in fire is Slash and Burn, which needs fire cards in the drop. So this being a fire card that sacrifices itself, that's going to draw 2 cards and discard a card, already feels your future potion. So it kind of feels like fire potion is definitely going to be able to be a thing. We've seen some weird Ari herb brews stuff in the past that as aggro, we haven't really seen it since, but yeah, cool card.
This to me, it's funny because this is our 3rd Creative Shock card that we've seen so far. We have Flame Sorcel, which is Creative Shock for CL.
Yeah.
You have to have Omen, so it's pretty locked to that class. Then we have Torching Reach, which is you have to be distant in order to draw the extra card for it, which is, most decks aren't running distant enablers, so it's pretty locked to Ranger. And this one is pretty locked to Arasana. Kind of specifically Arasana, to be honest, because brewing, right? Like not many other decks are going to make 2 herbs, but it is not totally locked to them, right? Like you could play this in like a Tony build. We've seen Slash and Burn in Tony where you're making the tokens. Obviously, like you're getting rid of the tokens to play this for free. So like I don't necessarily know if you want to do it. It's obviously targeted towards Arasana, but it is very cool because it can be a 0 cost Creative Shock that is copying the other ability of Creative Shock that the other ones haven't copied yet. Where if you with Creative Shock, if you're Mage bonus and you discard a Fire Element card, you get to deal 2 damage to something. This is doing a very similar thing where you are getting to deal 2 damage to something, and it's only if it was brewed, which means that you're level 1, and so you're class bonus, right? Like it's very cool to like copy that part of Creative Shock as well.
The Creative Shock part is at slow speed, which is not amazing, but the deal 2 damages can be at fast speed. It is cool that we get to use this in conjunction finally with something like a deck like this, probably with Lava Heated Brew, which is a really good card. Which is a 2 cost. Just for those who don't know this card, because
I've tried to play this card a lot.
It's an ALC card. Is draw a card, then discard a card. If you didn't discard a potion item card, deal 3 damage to your champion. But it has class bonus floating memory, so it has a Creative Shock like effect in that you could get rid of a card that's not a float, but in and of itself has float. So like you can cycle, but I don't think we've seen a potion that has floating memory yet, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. But you could discard any card. It doesn't have to be a potion card. So you could just discard a float card, take 3 damage, and then also this has float. So it's a +1 in that effect. So
I think the fact that you can brew this card just for 2 herbs. So you're guaranteed to be able to play this once you go level 1. You will generate 2 herbs on your level 1 Arasana, and you can level up after doing a Creative Shock to discard a generic float, level up, gain 2 herbs. You could play something else to bring out your Polaris if you want to get those counters on it right away, or if you don't care about that as much, just immediately sack both, play this, and get another Creative Shock to help you get into level 2. That's very, very strong. And then also along the way, deal 2 damage to either your opponent's face, which 2 chip damage is the difference between games sometimes, or kill off a Hasty Messenger, kill off something that because Arasana does struggle with that. It has Polaris to kill off board, but if they put a Hasty Messenger out turn 1, sometimes they can't pop that Polaris for 4 turns or something. That Hasty gets a lot of value. So this is just a nice, easy way to clear something like that that's giving you a lot of trouble.
It's also giving the lower level Arasanas the ability to only do a couple of herbs on their potion and use this in conjunction to kill off a Frostsworn. Like you said, bring that Polaris, put 2 counters on it. Wait 1 turn to play a Frostsworn or something that you don't want to deal with. You can pop Polaris, pop this, kill off that, and
usually you don't need to do 4 to the entire board. It's usually 1 thing on the board. So very good point.
Pretty cool. And then finally their last card, which we kind of brought up earlier, which is Alchemist Cauldron, which is a 0 cost norm regalia item, cleric artifact, Arasana bonus, pay 3 and banish it, gather twice. For the rest of the game, ignore elemental requirements of non-advanced element potion cards you activate.
Super sick.
So you play the wind, water, and fire all in the same deck. This is also gathering you twice, so you're probably going to be able to brew those more easily.
The fact that this gathers you twice is so nice.
Really, really cool. Backup charger like effect, but instead of a draw, you get potion, or you get herbs, and you also get the other effects. Interesting.
It's hard. It's weird to compare this to backup
charger. But you are getting 2 tokens. They didn't put Arasana bonus on this.
It does have Arasana bonus.
I wish they didn't.
Okay.
Tony, get to gather twice. From material like that's fine.
This is cool to do the summon potion reanimate or whatever that card is called. Now you could run all of the 7 costs fire, water, wind potions, which is really neat.
Really cool. Double toil and trouble is the flavor text, which is really fun. Actually, what is our horse's effect? I don't know. Gosh, is it in here? No, I'll find it here in a second. Does ours have a cool effect? Nope, we're lame. But it's for horses, so fair enough. All right, and then I think we have 2 more here. So this was Merlin's Marketplace, their own spoiler. This is the Crux Merlin one. So Facet the Forgotten, which is a 5 cost Crux unique Fantasia Assassin Mage ultimate spell. It's good for both Merlins. Merlin bonus. On enter, look at target opponent's memory. You may activate a card from among them without paying its cost and ignoring its element requirements. If you do, your opponents can't play cards with the same name as the activated card for as long as you control Facet the Forgotten. Kind of a crazy card, Because I believe there's a Merlin who really likes to draw. The old Merlin Kingslayer. You can play this in that. Look at your opponent's memory. If they messed up and put something that was your win con down there, your Enrage and Jin, your Grim Pastiche in your Baleful Ablation.
Yeah.
In Baleful Ablation. like there's crazy cards. Does this work if they had a Cosmic Bolt in memory? Can they Star Call the Cosmic Bolts? Because I believe it's just a different cost, right? Alternate cost to activate a Cosmic Bolt when Star Calling.
What you can just activate the Cosmic Bolt.
You can fast. Yeah. I'm saying the opponent because they say they can't activate as long as you.
I believe Star Calling is considered activating a card, which is considered playing a card.
So hit a Cosmic Bolt, which they usually put down in memory because they don't want to activate it from you. That's huge. So.
Yeah, no, I mean, or like these ultimates that are coming out, right? Like some of these are extremely strong cards. Most of them are like obviously like very synergistic with a specific
Lightweavers
thing, but yeah, I mean like there's like just like a Merlin Mirror, right? Like hitting an Incarnate or something like right away when you're like level 3 or something, and maybe you don't have all the cards banished or something to like bring it out for cheap or the level counters or something, right? Like just hitting a really expensive card and playing it for free, like when you paid 5 for it, could be really strong too. So this is kind of similar to that water suited card that we saw, where it's like if you don't play correctly against someone that has this card, you might just lose the game.
Super cool card.
Yeah,
I'm actually scared of this card. I think this will be very legitimately played in 1v1s. I think you can definitely actually see play where it's like I think it's something like literally like Baleful Ablation, where it's like that is their win con.
It could be a really good sideboard card.
Yeah. And then like even just like a one of the main, you're like cool. I'll if I have
one main, one sideboard.
It's like how you run like John Yu and Fractals, where it's just like
this is a one main, one sideboard card. Yep.
So cool card. Sparkling Adornment, 2-cost norm action assassin spell, slow speed. As additional cost to activate this card, remove one or more Sheen counters from an object on the field. Put X Sheen counters on target unit, where X is the amount of counters removed. So if someone had 3 counters on it, you remove it and put it on a different one, and it has floating memory. I don't know how crazy Sheen counter still stuff is for Merlin, and like the strength of it. We haven't really seen it any in PTM, so I'm unsure if this really matters too much.
So this is a weird card because this is the first card that is both an engine piece and a silver bullet in one card. Because if you are Merlin, you can shift Sheen counters that might be on your opponent's allies or something like that to your opponent's champion, hit their champion, do extra damage to them, move those Sheen counters to your fractured memory, and just like kind of like deal extra damage while like being floating memory, right? On the other hand, if you're playing against Merlin, you could use this card to shift Sheen counters that are on your allies or your champion and put them on your opponent's champion. Because a lot of the Sheen counter synergy is usually with Sheen counters on your fractured memories, and I don't really believe there's a way for them to move the Sheen counters from their champion onto their mastery. I could be wrong. Obviously, this is one of the ways to do that, but this is a really interesting card to me for the Merlin Mirror, because if you have Sheen counters on your allies or your champion, right? Your opponent can get those Sheen counters. But if you move those to your opponent's allies or champion, you can now steal their Sheen counters that they had on board. So this is a very interesting card where I almost think if you're in Merlin, you might have to run 4 of these in the side deck.
Yeah.
Because if you play a Merlin Mirror, the new Merlin, sorry. If you play Assassin Merlin and you play a Mirror and they're running this card and you're not, I literally think you might lose on the spot. Because like a lot of the time, those Sheen counters are really important. And if your opponent is taking the Sheen counters that you're putting on the board and they're taking those from themselves, I feel like that's just like way too much of like a tempo swing. Like imagine like a Tristan Mirror where you could like steal a prep counter from them. Like that's like gross, right? So I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest Merlin assassin know-it-all. Like I don't have an insane amount of experience with the deck, so maybe I said something incorrectly. Please comment below if I did, or if you have a better insight than I do. But that is a very interesting card, that it's a silver bullet and an engine piece in one, and so it's obviously like really weird for the mirrors, but technically you could use that as like anti-Merlin card as well. Yeah, very odd.
And then finally, the last Merlin Marketplace spoiler, which is Focal Intensity, which is a 1-cost fire fast action assassin spell. Deal 1 damage to target unit. Merlin bonus, you may remove 2 Sheen counters from your fractured memories. If you do, put 2 preparation counters on your champion. Pretty cool. This is one way to generate some preparation counters that we didn't have before. So
could have a synergy with the Radiant Origins of Assassin or whatever that's called, right? Yeah.
Yep, I don't know. That one's just going to be, you have to wait and see.
You have to be playing an Assassin Merlin deck that wants the prep counters over the Sheen counters on the fractured memory, which could happen.
Yeah. And then we have Anaki's spoilers. The last spoilers here on the
We're going to cover one more set of spoilers.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Heart Song, Reclamation is an 8-cost Terra slow action tamer ultimate spell melody. Destroy all regalia you don't control. Until the end of turn, animal and beast allies you control gain cleave. Sylvie bonus, put 5 buff counters on each animal and or beast ally you control. We talked about swarm slimes earlier.
Yeah.
If that's a thing and you're able to build influence, maybe. Again, probably just Pantheon.
I could see this being played in Standard. I think you have to build a very specific build. It has to be like influence based. You know, like
nice thing is Gaia's Blessing.
Yeah.
Allowing you to reveal from the top of your deck and play animals and beasts from your top of your deck. Every time you play one of those cards and any of those cards that draw you a card is just a +1.
Yeah.
So
you also have things like Woodland Squirrels and Gaia's Songbird and such, which are like insanely cheap allies. So like you could even just do this like combo turn where you go like Squirrel, Songbird, drop this. I mean that is a lot of cards in hand. I'm aware, but like there is things that you could do. You know, like
with caps around, still scary.
Yeah,
do all these,
100%.
All these kind of spells or actions.
You could do the Spellward Scepter thing that we're talking about with Jen or something. I don't think it's likely to be in 1v1, but I do think this is one of the ones that is a little bit more possible because like unlike the Tristan one that we saw, for example, where you're also probably going hands down for this one you could, you know, like it's not unreal to think that you already have a couple animals on board, and then if you do something like drop a Woodland Squirrels or something, I mean that squirrel swinging for 6 now, right? Like this one you could buff up a board into lethal range that turn, similar with Jin, where you're like it's like you're killing them that turn, you know, like, so yeah.
We also got more slimes, which is Meteoric Slime, which is a new Astra Slime, which is a 2-cost 1/3 Allied Tamer Beast Slime, Pride 3, class bonus at the beginning of your end phase, Glimpse 2. Then reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. When you do, as a spell, deal X damage to target unit where X is the lowest reserve cost among the revealed cards. I'm unsure. Like, there's a 2-cost deal, I'm assuming 2 to 3.
Yeah. Most of the time.
Because it's always lowest reserve cost.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I think this is a Pantheon slime. When you're building slimes, like a norm slime list or something, you need a lot of slime cards in there, and you can only run one of each. And so this is a cool option because it doesn't suck, but it's not something that you're going to put in a 1v1 deck, I don't think.
Yeah.
You just have so many other slimes to pick from now.
Yeah, I was just trying to think if there's anything I could.
Yeah,
I guess if you have Gaia's out, you already knows what one of the cards is on top. It's like maybe like you can try to do something weird with that.
Yeah,
Geldus is a deal 8. The ultimate spell is a deal 8.
As long as you reveal another one, you have to reveal 2.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The rest of your deck is other people's ultimates. You play this and Advents.
This is the new Baleful Advent.
Yeah. Wait, when do you do? And we play Buried Grief.
Yeah.
With a card on top. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Just one, though.
Just one.
This is a Pantheon slime, I think, where it's like a decent card.
No. Here, I got it.
Okay.
Self-mill water slimes. Mill out. Tabula. Pop Tabula. Put this on top and then 2 other whatever else you want. Like 2 Advents.
Yeah.
Drop these.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
There you go.
I mean, it is not unique. So if you got 2 of these on board and you did reveal double Advent,
and we're tabulating,
that is 30 damage. Yeah. Crazy.
All right. Anyway. And then finally, Spurred Gallop. 2-cost wind fast action tamer horse skill. The next horse ally card you activate this turn can be activated as though it had fast speed. I just remembered the set of cards that you were talking about that we get to reveal.
Also, this draws one in your memory.
I wasn't done. Draw a card into your memory. The next horse ally card you activate this turn costs 2 less to activate.
Can you read the whole card faster, please? Goodness, I thought you had already read the whole card.
So this is Expeditious Opening.
Yes.
Specifically for horse, basically.
But with the bonus effect.
With a bonus effect, which is it costs 2 less.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
Like, insane. And in conjunction with our own, dang it, I can't pull it up. Our own spoiler is pretty sick because we get to unlock all horses. So we can play any of the water or fire horses alongside of this without going some Vanny, Nico, Polhawk shenanigans. A lot, Dilute costs 2.
Yeah.
So you can get that out for free with this. Pretty sick in some kind of Dilute deck. It's funny because I feel like the person that can take the best, utilize the Legendary Saddle the best is Alan. Because you get the Pride 3, because all the 3 of those horses have Pride 3 and then require, I guess, or you could win Vanny, I guess.
Sure.
Full level 3 win Vanny. But then you're, I don't know. Anywho, where's it going with this? Oh, because the Dailu and
Juyang,
Red Hair all have to specifically say fire element human ally, water element unique human ally, or whatever. And
or Pride unique, 3.
Or Pride 3. So I feel like if you're gonna run those, then you'd probably want to go Alan. Again, maybe Polhawk, maybe some other level 3 deck that survives and then puts down horses.
Polhawk, you mean Vanitas?
Sorry, Vanitas. I don't know. You can go like Sylvie. Go one of the old level 3 Sylvies, maybe one that just draws a Terra card, and then you bring out, and then you start playing Dilus and things. I don't know. Probably not worth it.
This Bird Gallop is really interesting, though, for a couple of reasons.
Cat allies. Discord kittens.
I mean, yes. No, absolutely no. So with Expeditious Opening, very often like people just do it in the end phase because at that point your opponent's not attacking, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. The fact, though, that this can reduce the tempo is huge because now you can, in your recollection, so you're Spirit of Wind, you draw past 7 cards. Then now they pass to you. They might not even realize that you're an allies deck, right? And then because all you did as a Spirit of Wind is draw past, they might be thinking, okay, like, Fairy Whispers into Tristan level 1's coming or something, right? And now you go, okay, in my reco, I have 7 cards in hand. I can now do Spurred Gallop into the 3-drop 2/3 horse that we have. And now you can drop a 2/3 ally that was safe, and your next one costs 2 less. So now you either, because if you're doing this in your reco and not your opponent's end phase, you can now
the next.
No, I was thinking about this card wrong.
But you could do that and then play Squirrel. Longtail Growsword. Sorry, it's a squirrel, I think.
Yes.
So you can do. You'll have 7 cards. 3 from this, 1 from the horse 2 cost horse you play, and 3 from the Longtail Growsword. So probably not that. But
darn,
what I was thinking more of was Brisk Windtrotter at fast speed.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good.
Brisk Windtrotter at fast speed, and all you have to have is 4 cards in hand. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, this is still a good card. Plays differently than I thought it did in my head, but that's still nice that you could like do a weird like water allies thing where you like play one ally and then like hold up some cards and then like you could do this to do that with Wishcrotter and Trotter and stuff. That's interesting.
And we might see a couple other horses here and there.
Yeah.
So that is all the ones for here. We have some more because the Advanced Elements released theirs late last night, technically. Because of time difference, it was different. And actually, these are different spoilers than I thought we were going to look at.
Oh, really?
So we have 3 more, actually, after this still.
Okay. The spoilers just keep coming.
Yeah, so...
this one's so cool.
This one's amazing.
Yeah.
I there's 2 things I want to talk about, but I guess I'll explain the card. Solomon, Master of Elements. A 7-cost, Norm Exalted 4/4 unique ally cleric mage human. On enter, you may discard all the cards in your hand and memory. If you do, generate an Arcane Sight, an Astrocyte, a Crux Sight, an Exia Sight, a Luxem Sight, a Neo Sight, a Terra Sight, and an Umbra Sight card, and put them into your memory. For the rest of the game, ignore element requirements of the cards you activated with the same name as one of the cards, those generated cards. Amazing art.
Yes.
Fantastic art.
The theming and art of this card, I honestly think this might be in my top 10 favorite GA cards ever.
Yeah.
I think this will be a favorite for people.
Yeah.
They showed off the Weebs had given them a foil UR version of this.
Yeah.
Looked great.
Awesome.
I might have to get one of those for myself. I don't even know if I'm ever going to play it, but Pantheon,
Sick. I already saw, I believe it was Mitch from Main Deck asking to
looking
buy for one of each.
The Looking Glass sites.
I literally saw this. I go, oh, I should get one of
know.
each. But I'm like,
they're so expensive.
I can't do it. But I guess I have 2. I have an Exia one already.
Yeah.
So I gotta get a couple more. But super, super cool card. My head instantly went to the 2 best decks to play this with is some weird level 3 Fractals deck where you're able to play this at low influence. And draw 7 or whatever.
Right.
Or Domains.
Yeah.
With Exalted, or with Exalted, Eternal Kingdom. Is there anything? This and Few is kind of funny because you can go play this,
hold priority Few,
hold this, or play this, play some other spell that you don't want to get negated because, like, I guess because you don't care if this gets negated necessarily. You do, but you don't. Like, at the same time, because you have to pay 7 for this, right?
Yeah.
So you're probably gonna play this, then play a fast speed spell in response to this.
Okay.
And then Few, so that way that card doesn't get the actual card you don't want to get negated doesn't get negated.
Okay.
And then you get to draw 7 from this.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Because you just do this in Few, you're just.
I mean, you stop it from getting like Frostbound or something.
Yeah. But like,
because you're losing the cards anyways.
Yes, but why are we playing this card in the first place? Exactly. So I'm trying to give a reason to play the card in the first place.
Yeah,
and it would be to on top of, so it's a huge amount of influence, but on top of your Grim Pastiche. You do this Grim Pastiche, play something, and then Few. I don't know. Anywho.
So something quickly that I want to note is in their video they talked about this card and said that it unlocks the elemental requirements that match those sites.
Yeah.
And I just want to disclaim that it only lets you activate these sites.
Yes.
It is not letting you. This is not Prismatic Sanctuary for all advanced elements.
Yeah.
Which how could you misread a spoiler card? Come on, advanced elementals. Whoever does that?
We're gonna go back into our, like, people were gonna say in our comments that you read your spoilers wrong.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. No, we are like very frequently misreading our spoiler cards wrong, which is embarrassing. So that's just like something I do want to note because it does change this card quite a bit. Like if this could unlock, Ghost of Pendragon, all that kind of stuff, that would make this card very, very, very interesting.
But it's funny that you can run other advanced element sites just in your deck.
Yes. Yeah. No, I think that's a really cool thing.
Yeah.
And like, so you're probably losing 7 cards for this because you paid 7 for it, right? All of those sites, every single one of them at least reads draw 1 back.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like cheating out a 4/4 for like, I don't know. I guess not really, but because it's putting it in your memory. You're not cheating out a 4/4.
Dude, if it's in your hand, I'd be like, well, let's try to play this card.
Yeah, if it turned it in hand, it'd be crazy. But the cool part is that a lot of these sites do have other effects, right?
Yeah.
And so like your Umbra site, you could put into your lineage and take 2 damage and draw another card. If you are running multiple Crux sites, you could have played a Crux site earlier and then now, I guess no, you could not have, but you could play a Crux site, draw a card, and then if you have another Crux site in hand, which there's a good chance because you're drawing a lot of cards from these sites that you're playing, then now you can pay 2 and put that Crux site back in your hand and such, right? So like there's a lot of these sites that could turn into more value.
Terra site becomes a GCR.
Yes, permanent GCR for the rest
of
the
game. Talking about the Fractals and or Eternal Kingdom strategy, Neo site probably actually is another draw 2 as well. Luxem site is probably not doing anything for you.
No. Luxem site's one of those ones that you just play.
But if you're already in Luxem, they
true.
guarantees you getting that Luxem.
Your 5th Luxem site, dude. Let's go. Yeah. You're in Luxem and you're playing a card that gets rid of your hand and memory. Oh,
it's when you didn't draw any of your other.
your backup plan. So. This card's super cool though.
But at worst, it thins your deck on your next turn by 7.
Yeah,
which is insane.
Yeah.
Like, or is it 7 or is it 6?
Sorry. Like basically 8 because you're almost always going to
it is 8. No, it actually is 8 cards. It's Exia.
No, it's generating 7. Arcane, Astra, Crux, Exia, Luxem, Neos, Terra, Umbra. Oh my goodness, it's
a +1.
It's a +1 and Umbra site's almost always
it's a
+1.
net even.
Oh, because you use the card. But yeah, you are digging 8 more cards into your deck, which is pretty good. I think this card will top regionals. I think that there's going to be some builds out there with this card that top regional style events. Will it ever make day 2 or top 8 of an Ascent?
Yes.
I don't know. But it's going to be a super fun card in Pantheon. It's going to probably see some moderate competitive success. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, cool card.
Yeah.
Next,
they got crazy spoilers.
Lava Storm, which is a 4-cost fire exalted slow action mage spell. Destroy all allies.
Bye-bye, Siryu. Yes. Nice knowing you.
Gembu, Siryu, Byaku,
This is
Alan.
Grand Archive's first true board wipe. Yeah. We've seen things like Purge and Storm. Ravaging Tempest, I guess, was also a board wipe. But the downside of letting your opponent draw a bunch of cards is pretty high.
Yeah.
This is our first board wipe feeling card.
Crazy, actually.
Yes.
This will literally change the game of how level 3 decks.
100%. Level 3 fire decks have historically struggled with Siryu quite a lot. And, we've done the Crux Lorraine fire deck where we sideboarded 4 Immolation Traps. That thing doesn't help enough. Ciel, Grim Pastiche Ciel is trying to do this weird thing where they copy overlapping Visages to get their opponent to sacrifice their Shenju. It's a bunch of jank. And this is our first, if you're a level 3 fire deck, you are putting this in your side deck until Siryu is gone, right? This is just a good generic card to help with a lot of different board states. I mean, even in the mirror, right? You might have gotten to your level 3 after your opponent. If you're in Lorraine Crux and they've dropped a ghost and a 3 of hearts is still on their board or something, and then you would just want to do this and clear off their board, still decent there, right? This is going to be a great sideboard card for
Doesn't target, so it's just there's no level 2 negate that can happen from Guoja. So
fantastic way to clear Majestic Spirit, Siryu, Genbu, all this kind of stuff.
Surprisingly cheap.
Yes.
4 is not that bad. I know we talk about 4 being expensive, but when you're level 3 and you're already doing the whole get my influence back up,
4 is a lot. This card would be broken if it costed 3. It should cost 4 because it is giving you a very strong effect. You can activate this for cheaper. If you are in CL, you can. This is a spell, so you can copy this with Grim Pastiche, which is incredibly strong. Your opponent will obviously see it coming, but being able to play it for 2 and at fast speed is really crazy, which they also mentioned in their video. Cool card.
Very cool card.
Yeah.
Dynastic Whirlpool. They had bangers, man.
Dude.
I actually
they got the love from Weaves. Yeah. I think they did get the best spoilers.
3-cost Water Exalted slow action cleric spell. Each opponent puts the top 15 cards of their deck into their graveyard.
Each opponent. A lot of the mill that we've seen so far in this game has been target player. Or opponent or something like that. So this is a way to actually mill out your opponent in Pantheon. A lot of people draw in Pantheon. You will get through your deck quite a bit. So if you're pairing this with a little bit of targeted mill here and there at certain players throughout the game, and then you just end on this, you might be able to just mill out your all 3 of your opponents at once.
And in not Pantheon might be doable.
15's quite a lot.
We're just talking about Grim Pastiche. We can do it with this. Not unlikely to happen. Think about it right now. Even if you're not in CL, there's was it Lost Promise?
Yeah, Lost Promises.
Where it gets back a spell card and puts it into your memory.
Lost Promises is, dude, the 4 cost is so rough.
It costs 2 if you have a unique ally.
Which, if you're a mill out deck, you probably don't have a unique ally.
I don't know, man. We're getting a lot of unique humans and allies.
That's fair.
I don't think it's impossible, especially if you're going to a level 3 deck that plays drops a unique ally, some
of the angels and stuff.
Yeah, angels are even Carter, because cleave the board, clear board, so I'm safe.
Yeah.
And I already had this in my graveyard or something like that.
If I'm on Carter, I'm on Grim Pastiche.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I get your point though.
You're in Ranger.
Yeah,
because for some reason I don't know. Cool card.
It is a very cool card. Yeah, this is like we've talked about on the podcast before. Every set we get 1 mill out card. They are just trickling it in until one day it's going to be good. Oh, what are we doing?
So this is the other cards
Oh, this just went live.
This went live. He mentioned that it's going to go live at 11 a.m. EST. Now, for those, this came out a couple days ago, so I don't feel bad looking at the spoilers now.
Yeah. People should have already watched Perfy's video by now. Yeah.
I haven't watched this at all.
No, neither one of us has seen this. This is cool.
I kind of want to see what he's doing, but I don't want to watch this.
Yeah, we should just skip the spoilers.
So I'm going to skip the spoilers, but Perfy, don't worry. I'm going to go back and watch this because I know you said you had something fun to do with it.
On 1x speed, so you get your full view time.
Exactly. So I'm going to have to jump ahead. I'm so sorry, Perfy. I know your hard work, it looks like it's going away. I promise it won't. All right. What we got here? This is like live react almost. Okay. Schwartz Castler, which is a 3-cost wind 1/4 ally guardian chessman rook. Command will 1, so it'll do 1 more with command cards. Alice bonus on enter. If an opponent controls a unit with an even life stat, summon a pawn piece token.
A 3-drop 1/4 that can summon tokens.
That's interesting.
And gets an additional attack if it's being used with a command.
Not bad.
It's a 3-drop 2/4 in essence, right? That can summon a token. Because if you use it with a command card, it gets +1.
And
that's
if one controls a unit, so this could be a Frost and Paladin that's buffed, their champion that is level 20, 24, 28,
22,
and 28. I think those are the 30 and 30.
So no spirits.
No spirits. But warriors,
that's
guardians,
not impossible to get.
And level
also,
2,
a lot of units have even life stats. Stalwarts and Frosthorns and
Hasties, frogs.
Yeah, there's a lot out there.
So definitely interesting.
Do we just see those other two?
No.
We talking about synergies?
Some other cards. Yeah. And then Fractal of Waves.
Let's go!
I see someone with level 3, so don't get too excited. Water.
I love this card.
3-cost Water Fantasia Mage Fractal. Whenever your champion levels up into a champion with base level 3, you may sacrifice Fractal of Waves. If you do, draw 2 cards into your memory.
And it has reserve. I have been wanting a reason to build fractals that goes into level 3 Dao Chen, but there just hasn't been a good enough reason. Like staying on level 1 and just materializing Draw Regalia over and over again is just too strong.
A +1, and in the meantime, just you can always use it as fractal synergy stuff.
Yeah. This is very cool. Also, I love that Weaves gave this to Perfy.
Yeah.
Perfy is like the other like super big fractals enthusiast that I can think of. Like I feel like me and him have like shown the most public love for fractals, you know, like
super cool. I see something here in the search bar and I'm wondering, I'm gonna guess, I can't tell what it is, but I wonder if it's like a Byaku avatar.
Okay,
I don't know if it's true or not.
This is a cool card.
I like that.
Buying, it's a rare. I was hoping it would be an uncommon so I get curio foils of it. Buying foils,
no
4x.
class bonus on this either. Very interesting that this can just go in any fractal.
Oh my
or
goodness.
style.
It's any level 3 water deck can just use this for
Merlin. Get to level 3. Water Merlin get to level 3 and just get maybe multiple +1s, right? Because like you can play 2 of these.
That's crazy. I need to buy 2 sets for one to just slot in my fractal deck all the time.
Still really interesting is Vanitas level 3. Water Vanitas, which we have seen Water Vanitas a couple times, and it was pretty good in the past.
Yeah, it gets that generic +1 very fast.
Yeah.
Wow, that card is so cool.
Yeah. A lot of things with that card. I like that card a lot.
I can't wait to hear Perfy talk about this. I'm excited to watch this video.
And then we have Alia Zephyr's Hand, 3-cost Win Exalted, unique ally. It wasn't Byaku, so I was wrong on that. Unique ally Mage Human, fast activation. Pay 3. As a spell, suppress another target ally, item, or weapon. This ability costs 3 less to activate the first time you activate it.
Whoa.
Get to level 3. You can play this, and you have a fast speed. You can play this at fast speed.
Yeah.
And play it like a Zephyr, but like it is as a spell.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's a 3-drop 2/3.
That's a very, very interesting card. It is essentially a Zephyr that costs 1 more, but gives you a 2/3 body, and you could theoretically continuously use it afterwards.
Yeah. And it is a unique ally, human. Which might, all those things might come up. I'm trying to think here. Because this is, I feel like
that's a card. I need to buy these CSRs too.
This is very strong, and I don't think I'm thinking about all the possibilities it has.
Yeah.
Like the first thing I went to have was like you can even do like prismatic, which is pretty cool. You get an ally on board as well, on top of being able to suppress like a prismatic.
Prismatic Edge.
Yeah, prismatic edge.
Oh yeah.
And being a human ally.
Yeah, and like a Wind Crux deck.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And In Byaku, you get a suppression with an ally. Pretty cool in that effect. Once you're level 3.
This is a very cool card.
Yeah.
So he shows examples of like Force Cake and Bullet. So this can just be a 2/3 ally that replaces itself that you could every turn hold up interaction, and when your opponent goes to their end step, you had cards in your hand, you just go, cool, pay it.
Yeah. Multiple times. Yeah. Not once per turn.
I know.
Yeah,
no, that's what I'm saying. Like, you just hold up interaction and say you can't go for a win, and then when you pass, I'm just gonna go value. Yeah, like that. I need to buy 4 of the CSR. RDO is going to be a very expensive set.
Really cool. I like this card. I'm definitely not thinking of all possibilities. I'm wondering if Perfy says a couple more in here. I'm excited to see what he says.
Perfy got some awesome spoilers. Dude, everyone got awesome spoilers. RDO is just such a good set. I can't wait till we just see more.
These are cool. Sorry, I'm thinking about cards now.
I think we've seen less than a third of this set, by the way, so far. That's like crazy. With this, even with these spoilers, I think we are at less than a third of the set spoiled, which is wild because look at how many like things that we're seeing. We're seeing alternate ways to level up into level 3 with all these cool like Fantasias, even a new guide and stuff, right? Like we're seeing these cards that are milling out your opponent, cards that are preventing mill out, cards that are locking down memory, cards that are just doing like so many our first board wipe in the game, right? Like so many things that are just like adding to so many levels of the game that we have right now. Like this is just unreal.
Very, very cool. Yeah, awesome spoilers, Perfy. Yeah. We don't have any more. Here, let me real quick put them all up on screen. I mean, they'll all be up on the screen right now. I'll do that in post. So you get a nice clean picture of all of them for everyone. Yeah, I don't know if there's much more to talk about. We covered all the spoilers from 1 week.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's 1 week of spoilers. Next week, we will be probably covering some more spoilers, but we also will be leaving for
Ascent LA.
So we'll kind of talk about us leaving. I think we leave the next day after recording. So we'll record.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's only like this we have to record next week. And we'll see you guys next week. I don't think there's anything else.
We got some cool content coming for y'all. We have a sandbox video coming soon. Like Isaac mentioned earlier, we have the master classes are coming within a week, right?
So yeah, timelines are going to be weird because just how things work out with LA. Unfortunately, I think it will be the 27th is when the masterclass will drop on
Which
YouTube.
Is the day before LA.
Day before LA.
Yeah.
Patreon and YouTube members, we'll see how fast I get the video done. It should be done this week, so maybe you guys will have it a week early.
Okay,
The first one.
Cool.
The second one will drop also on the 27th, exclusively on Patreon.
Yeah.
And Medify...
No. We weren't doing that.
We're not doing that. Just on Patreon?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Just on Patreon will be the other masterclass. You can just buy them or you can subscribe and get future ones that are coming out as well. But both will be released on one for everyone on the 27th and one specifically for Patreon on the 27th.
Yeah.
And then, in the video that I'm editing, you definitely say Medify.
Yeah.
And you also say our website one time at least. So eventually they might go up on there.
Yeah.
We're working to figure out the website situation. We want to do it on there because it'll be cheaper over there overall. And then Medify, and I don't know if anywhere else. But anywho, you'll have the first one up hopefully early, hopefully by the end of this week, which would be like the 21st, something
no idea.
One of those. But it will be fully released on 27th. Gosh, sorry.
Yeah.
My brain stopped.
First masterclass that we're doing is a little bit more like moderate to advanced discussion, and then the second masterclass is a little bit more beginner based. Masterclass is just going to vary. They are supposed to kind of encompass like every fundamental about the game, and so some of those are just more beginner focused, and some of those are more intricate focused. So I think they could be a really great resource for any skill level player, especially because you can have access to them for as long as you have the Patreon membership. So you can always just like refer to them as you grow on your GA journey. It's not like they're only available for a short time or something.
Yep. All right. Well, that's it for this podcast. Thank you so much for watching it, as always, and or listening. Sorry, there was a lot of talking and reading off cards, so it might not have been the most enjoyable one to listen to. I hope it wasn't bad. But in any case, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.